All right, so we're trying to record as long as the camera allowed. Got to free up some space on my phone. I just did an hour. It says there's like 3 or 4 gigs on the YouTube app, so I gotta see how I'm gonna extract the video off of the YouTube app so I can upload it. You know, but other than that, this is what we got to do, man. So going back to Amos. This is Amos chapter 5, verse 10. It says, they hate him that rebuketh in the gate, and they abhorred him that speaketh uprightly. For as much, therefore, as your treading is upon the poor, and ye take from him burdens of wheat, ye have built houses of hewn stone, but ye shall not dwell in them. You have planted pleasant vineyards, but ye shall not drink wine of them. For I know your manifold transgressions and your mighty sins. They afflict the just, they take a bribe, and they turn aside the poor in the gate from their right. And that's how America is, man. And you hate those that rebuke us in the gate, man. Why? Where's the word supposed to be preached at? Because that's what men and the Lord are doing right now, man. We're rebuking you in the gate, man. This is Proverbs chapter 1, verse 20. It says, wisdom cried without. She uttered her voice in the streets. She cried from the chief place of concourse. In the openings of the gates. In the city she uttered her words, saying, how long, you simple ones, will you love simplicity, and the scorners delight in their scorning? And fools hate knowledge. Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. Because I have called and you refuse, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. But you have set at naught all my counsel and with none of my reproof. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. And the fear is coming upon you people, man. The fear is definitely coming upon you people, and the Most High is going to mock you, man. He's going to mock when your desolation cometh, man. He's going to mock you when your fear cometh, man. As a whirlwind, that's a desolation, man. You got all these fight cops patrolling around, trying to being as a roaring lion, seeking who they may devour, man. Seeking who they may put their knee on their neck, man. Seeking what neck is next to put their knee on, man. And that's what's happening in this world, man. That's what you get when you allow the devil to run this world, man. You get nothing but chaos, man. You get nothing but mourning. You get nothing but people dying, man. This is Proverbs chapter 29, verse 1. He that being often reproved hardened his neck. Yeah, just like Pharaoh, man. We continue to reprove, correct these damn devils, and they don't want to hear it, man. They don't want to listen, man. They harden their neck, man, to correction. They act like they can't hear, man. It says, shall suddenly be destroyed, which is going to lead to their destruction. Which is going to lead to those 200 million nuclear missiles destroying America, man. Because of the wickedness of this place, man. That's why you got all this chaos going on throughout the world, man. That's why you got people hating each other. That's why you got it like it is right now, man. It says, and that without remedy. So there ain't going to be no fixing up to this place called America, man. Once it's through, man. It's done. Finito. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear the rule, the people mourn. And this whole world is in mourning right now because the ones that are in rulership, man, the ones that are in rulership has this world in the state of mourning, man. And it's going to be like that, man. It's going to continually to be like that. This is Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 1. It says, Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith Yahweh, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity, which is unbelief, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee, that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. So it's saying all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness, man. You know? Behold, saith Yahweh, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore saith Yahweh, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. And therefore saith Yahweh, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. So when you think about these protests, when you think about these riots that are going on, the Most High said he's going to avenge, man. Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua said that they're going to avenge, man. He's about to send his son to destroy you people, man. That's what you got to look forward to. This is going to happen in these times, man. Soon you're going to see a fleet, 1,000 plus military planes in the sky battling what the world calls the so-called UFO, man. You know? Verse 7, it says, Therefore saith Yahweh, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. And therefore saith Yahweh, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. And this is the land of Egypt, man. And it's going to get worse and worse, man. Everything that you see out here, man, it's just going to get worse and worse, man. You know? All while you got the police, the boys circling around like, you know, they on to something. You know? But there ain't going to be nothing out here for you, man. There's going to be nothing but death and destruction, man. Verse 11, But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting in hell, and with the fearful constellation. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein! For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. And that's what you got. That's what you got going on right now. The beginning of that, man. You got the beginning of people starting these wars, man. You got the beginning of these people rioting, man. And you got the beginning of this destruction coming, man. You know. says, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men. So there's going to be sedition among men, man. You're going to have people rioting, man, because that's what sedition means. It means anarchy, man. These people are going to be able to do whatever they want to do, man. To you women, to you children, to you men. You know, it's going to be nothing but chaos. You just saw on headline news somebody getting turned into a crumbled cracker after getting jumped from wielding a sword trying to cut people up, man, in a protest, man. But you got these people thinking everything's all good, everything's hunky-dory until chaos breaks loose. And then that's when people are going to be afraid, man. That's when people are going to consider, man. But then it's going to be too late, man. You know? It says, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. For because of their pride the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods, because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Behold, saith the Most High, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me, which are from the rising of the sun, from the south, from the east, and Lebanon, to turn themselves one against another and repay the things that they have done to them. Yeah, man, because he's King of kings and Lord of lords, man. He's coming for the crowns of all these kings, all these rulers in the world, man. That's why you see the things that are happening. And it's just going to get progressively worse. You people are happy right now. You ain't in no shelter-in-place situation right now, momentarily, man. But as things unfold and get worse and worse, they're going to declare martial law. They're not going to declare martial law on Monday and then end it on a Friday. It's going to be a prolonged martial law, man. You know? So you people, you got a lot to look forward to. Get your little food right now, giggle and laugh with your little girlfriend right now, but real soon it's going to be lights out, man. These prophecies are going to come to pass, man. And you're going to be in the beginning of sorrows. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 16, verse 17. Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days, man? So in essence, he's saying, destroyed is me, destroyed is me. Who is going to deliver me in those days? You know? Because there's going to be a lot of chaos out here. There's going to be a lot of destruction, man. There's going to be a lot of people thinking that they're a Billy Badass that is going to turn to Billy Bitch. You know? Verse 18, it says, the beginning of sorrows and great mourning, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? So he's like, he's tripping out, man. You're getting nervous just by looking at the vision, man. What is he going to do? It's like on some Hulk Hogan, what you going to do? What is he going to do when these evils come, man? And this is a man of the Lord that saw the vision that was afraid, man. These other people, they ain't afraid until all the chaos hits. Just like these women out here, man. They're the first ones screaming and frantic. But prior to that, they G.I. Jane, man. Just like my man Samuel L. Jackson when he was playing chess in that movie Fresh. He said once you put the speed on an MFer, they fold up, man. So once you put these people in a situation that they ain't been faced with before, that's when they gonna fold. That's when they gonna show their true colors, their true character, man. That they ain't as that MFer as they thought they were, man. You know, they're just a weak POS, man. You know? It says, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth. Yeah, victuals, commodities, food. Yeah, you think you're in good case right now because hey, the food is cheap, man. You can go get some, go to the grocery store and get whatever you need, man, whatever you want. You know, because the food is cheap. But real soon, as you see right before your eyes, food prices are skyrocketing, man. Almost doubling, man, for what you could have bought last year to compared to what you getting this year, man. You ain't got the same purchasing power, man, as they said. You know, you ain't got the same purchasing power. So what you getting at the store, it ain't stretching your dollar out, man. Harder you. It ain't stretching your dollar out. You know, it says, "For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. And the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them. For the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down." Yeah, so the earth is going to be wasted, and the cities are going to be cast down, man. You ain't gonna have people walking like you see right here, right now, even though there ain't that many people even out here, man. There ain't that many people out here, you know. Now that they lifted some of the restrictions of the shelter in place, you know, this place you had way more people out here on a Sunday and a Saturday, man. You know, but as you see, they're eliminating all that, man, because we're entering a time which you never faced before. It's in verse 23. It says, "For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. And the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down." Yeah, so this earth is going to be wasted, and the cities are going to be cast down, man. And there ain't nothing you people going to be able to do about it. You know? There ain't nothing you people going to be able to do about it, man. There shall be no man left to till the earth and to sow it. The trees shall give fruit, and who shall gather them? The grapes shall ripen, and who shall tread them? For all places shall be desolate of men, so that one man shall desire to hear Slakia. It says, so that one man shall desire to see another and to hear his voice. For of a city, for of a city there shall be 10 left, and 2 of the field, which shall hide themselves in the thick groves, and in the clefts of the rocks. As in an orchard of olives upon every tree, there are left 3 or 4 olives. Or as when a vineyard is gathered, there are left some clusters of them that diligently seek through the vineyard. Even so, in those days there shall be 3 or 4 left by them that search their houses with the sword. Yeah, that search your houses with the sword, man. People are gonna have lack of food because, like I said, and like everybody says, they ain't gonna be shipping those trucks to your grocery stores, man. They ain't finna keep your hood max stocked and loaded, man. They ain't gonna have food trucks coming to replenish your McDonald's or your Wendy's out here, man. You ain't gonna be able to go to the corner market and get your replenishment, you know? So you're gonna be going into your neighbor's house, man, to see what he done stocked up. You're gonna go to Bill and Ted's house to see what they done stocked up, because you heard them some doomsday preppers. You know, you might have to go ahead and clear the whole house out, man. You even might find somebody got a bad chick, and you might rape their women, man, and then clean. Because I read comments on the board, man, on the comment board. on certain sites. They said, we're going to go in your house and we're going to rape your bitch if she fine, man. Then we're going to put you to death. These people are sick, man. And this is what's going to happen because it's prophetic, man. People don't believe in the Bible, but everything that the Bible been talking about is coming to pass, man. There's going to be a point in time when, like I say, well, not like I say, but like the scripture says, we ain't going to be out here, man. We barely be lucky that some brothers still even go out, man. You're lucky some brothers still risk their lives and even come out, man. You know? It says, for of the city there shall be 10 left, and 2 of the field, which shall hide themselves in the thick groves and in the clefts of the rocks. As in an orchard of olives, upon every tree there are left 3 or 4 olives. Or as when a vineyard is gathered, there are left some clusters of them that diligently seek the vineyard. Even so in those days there shall be 3 or 4 left by them that search their houses with the sword. And the earth shall be laid waste, and the fields thereof shall wax old, and the waves and the paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man shall follow their The virgin shall mourn having no bridegroom. Now why the virgin's gonna mourn having no bridegroom? Because they're gonna get put to death, man. That's the reason why. They're gonna get put to death down here, man. The women shall mourn having no husbands, their daughters shall mourn having no helpers. In the war shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. Hear now these things and understand them, ye servants of the Lord. Yeah, so we're hearing these things and we're understanding them, man. We're understanding that you people are going to get caught out there, man. You understand you ain't going to always be able to get a plate of food, man. We understand that you're going to be walking over these dead niggas, man. These dead white people, these dead Asians real soon. These dead Elamites. These dead Arabs, man. We understand those things, man. We understand that you're at the end of your world, man. You know? It says, behold, the word of Yahweh shall receive it. Believe not the gods of whom the Most High spake. Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. Yeah, the plagues, man. All these things that the Most High has in store for this place. He's going to throw this place down in such a fashion that it's going to be like never before in modern day history, man. That's the reason why there's 7+ billion people on this planet to receive their judgment, man. Because judgment is coming. Judgment is already here, man. You got people getting stomped out. Hey, man, they turned that dude into a pretzel, man. They crumbled that cracker trying to defend his store with a sword, man. That just shows you that you ain't gonna be able to win, man. You got another white bitch that was in a wheelchair trying to stab people. She got turned into dust and powder, man. That just shows you can't be carnal. You can't have a carnal mind in these times, man. It's unacceptable. You got to be spiritual, man. These people are going to die in these times, man. And we've been telling them that they're going to die in these times, and now these times are here, man. And still, they don't understand the times and the days that they're living in, man. They think everything's all good now that they get to go outside for a little bit longer, man. Now that they get to go and get some food, because they ain't just doing delivery service anymore. Now that they ain't really got a shelter in place, well, they're going to bring all that back, man. They're going to bring all that shelter in place back. They're going to have the military running through the streets. They're going to declare martial law. Then what you people going to do, man? Where are you going to go, man? Especially you homeless people, where are you going to go when they declare martial law, man? You're going to go right into a concentration camp, man. Or a FEMA center, man. Or a re-education camp, man. They're going to chip you. They're going to RFID or NFC microchip you, man. That's what's coming to America, man. Death and destruction, man. But after that death and destruction, there's going to be deliverance, man. Just like in ancient Egypt, man. When the Most High delivered the Israelites to Pharaoh, he's going to do the same thing here in America, man, with the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. They're oppressed, man. That's the true protest. Coming out here and preaching his word is the true protest, man. Not going and ripping and running the streets, hopping on cop cars, stealing things out of the Gucci store, the iPhone store. That ain't no protest. That's just bulls in the corner of the street straightening the net, man. It says, as when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son within 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass around her womb. Which pains when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. See, we were in birth pains, man. The earth was in birth pains, man, for a long time. Now these contractions, these events are not among. First you had the COVID, everybody was scared. You got over 100,000+ people allegedly dying from the COVID or the coronavirus. Now, just after that, you have this whole George Floyd riots going on, man, and people are getting killed out there. People are getting drugged by semi-trucks. People are getting beaten damn near to death, man. That's what you got going now. Now, what's going to be next? Because this thing is going to continue to escalate, man. It's going to continue to get worse and worse. Because police brutality, even in the city of Fresno, is at an astronomical rate, man. Cops in Fresno kill you niggas and you spicks like it's going out of style, man. Like it's 1999, man. Every year, man. So it's just gonna continue to get worse and worse, man. It ain't gonna let up. It says, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. O my people, hear my word. Make you ready to the battle. So make yourself ready to the battle, man. Because there's going to be a battle out here, man. This is a spiritual battle for us. For 2/3 of the nation of Israel, it's going to be a carnal battle, man. It's going to be a battle of carnality. It says, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. So if you don't know how to be a pilgrim, watch that movie, The Book of Eli, man. Watch how Eli was moving around, man, moving through the world, man. That's how you gotta be, man. Even when he went into the store, that's how you gotta be, man. It says, he that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away, and he that buyeth as one that will lose. He that occupieth merchandise as he that have no profit by it, and he that buildeth as he that shall not dwell therein. He that soweth as if he should not reap, so also he that planteth the vineyard as he that shall not gather the grapes. They that marry as they that shall have get no children, and they that marry not as the widowers. So, hey, a lot of things is coming, man. A lot of things is gonna happen to you people, man.
Okay. Shawty in love with them gangsters, that's why she all over me. A country nigga, we working no 50,000 a key. You just be giving it me and I just love
Says he that soweth as if he should not reap, so also he that planteth the vineyard as he that shall not gather the grapes. They that marry as they that shall not get no children, and they that marry not as the widowers. And therefore they that labor in vain. For strangers shall reap their fruits, and spoil their goods, overthrow their houses, and take their children captive. For in captivity and famine shall they get children. And they that occupy their merchandise with robbery, the more they deck their cities, their houses, their possessions, and their own persons, the more will I be angry with them for their sin, save the Yahweh Shem Shah. You know? So, hey, there's a lot of chaos that's gonna happen, man. There's a lot of chaos that's gonna happen, and it's happening right now. This is St. Matthew chapter 24, verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Yeah, so the end isn't yet, man. But the end is fastly approaching, man. The end is fastly approaching, and it's going to destroy you people, man. You people are ripe for destruction, man. You people are ready, man. It says, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. So these are the beginning of sorrows, man. You know? What you see unfolding right now is the beginning, man. And then it's going to lead to Jacob's trouble, man. This is Amos chapter 5, verse 18. It says, woe unto you that desire the day of Yahweh. To what end is it for you? The day of Yahweh is darkness and not light. Yeah, so it's going to be darkness out here, man. Literally and physically, man. Spiritually and physically, man. It's going to be a lot of darkness. You're going to see a lot of things that, you know, you never expected to see, man, in your life, man. A lot of chaos, a lot of death and destruction. You know, a lot of chaos, a lot of death and destruction. People being killed, women being raped, women being humbled. This is Joel chapter 2, verse 1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound the alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of Yahweh cometh, for it is nigh at hand. A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness. As the morning spread upon the mountains, the great people and the strong, there have not been ever the like, neither shall there be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. Yeah, man. Because chapter 2 goes into the thermonuclear missiles. But the point being is it's going to be a day of darkness, man. The day of the Lord, man. Going back to Amos chapter 5, verse 19. It says, as if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall and a serpent bit him, shall not the day of Yahweh be darkness and not light, even very dark and no brightness in it? Yeah, man. Because it's gonna be like a time, like I keep saying, like never before, like the Bible says, like never before. How you people are gonna get turned into Swiss cheese, man. Sure, man. Before all this, or during all this, you're gonna be faced with the I'll bring that scripture out. The hour of temptation, man. But real quick, this is Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7. It says, "At last, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it." So we're entering in the time of Jacob's trouble, man. But Yahweh Shem Yahushua said he's going to be saved out of it, man. He's going to be saved out of this hell that's going to be on earth, man. This is Zephaniah chapter 1, verse 14. It says, "The great day of Yahweh is near, it is near, and hasten greatly. Even the voice of the day of Yahweh, the mighty men shall cry there bitterly. That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, a day of the trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities and against the high towers. And I will bring the stress upon men that they should walk like blind men, because they have sinned against Yahweh, and their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as the dung. Neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of Yahweh's wrath, but the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy. For he shall make even a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land, man." So Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is going to make a speedy riddance of all you people, man, that dwell in this land. You know, so with that, I hope at least one brother of the elect was edified. And I want to say shalom, man.